Hey, what's up? This is Phil Ebner with videoschoolonline.com with a quick video about some After Effects tips. One of my followers had a question about just improving their skills in After Effects with keyframes. And so thank you, Chin, for your question, and here's my response. She basically was asking how she can improve her skills and her speed at using keyframes because she felt like she was spending too much time setting keyframes for each layer, and she was wondering if you can copy and paste the keyframes and just other tips on speeding up the process. So that question came from Chin on www.videoschoolonline.com, so go check it out when you have a chance. Basically, I have this project. I have 3 layers right here. One quick way to set keyframes that you may or may not be doing is by selecting multiple layers and setting keyframes all at once. So you can select all layers, press P to bring up the position function, and then go ahead and set a keyframe there by setting the clock, a stopwatch, go back, and move them outside of the frame. And so just like that, you've already set a keyframe for this motion, for this text to come in. So just like that, you already have "You are awesome" flying down super fast. Then from there, you can move these keyframes so that "You" comes down first, and then "You are awesome" comes down. So it goes something like that. So that'll come down like that. So that's one quick way to do keyframes. Another way is to say you have keyframes on your first layer. I'm going to delete these other keyframes really quick. So you have these keyframes on the first layer, the UR. You can copy and paste them by selecting C or Command C and then selecting your other layers and doing Command V to paste it. Now what this will do will bring these other layers at the same position as the first one. But what you can do is when you have all the keyframes selected and your current time indicator is on one of the keyframes, you can move these words by just clicking and sliding. But make sure you have all of the keyframes selected, and then you can do it like that, and this quickly creates a great movement for all 3 if you don't want to select all and then do that. And then another thing to keep in mind is once you have these keyframes, you can select all and then just press this diamond over here to set another keyframe. And then instead of having to figure out where you want to move these words to the next spot, what spot you want to move it to, you can just move them to the first spot by grabbing all these. I'm just clicking and dragging over these keyframes, copying them, Control C or Command C, and then Command V will actually, in this way you have to do it one by one. Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V, copy paste, and that basically sets the keyframes for all three layers at once. And that's a quick way to quickly add keyframes and delete keyframes. One other quick way to do it is, say you just have you set your keyframes for your first word. What you can do is just copy and paste that entire layer, rename it, or type in your new word, bring up the keyframes by pressing P, select all of them, go ahead and set your time indicator on one of the keyframes when they're all selected, and then click and drag while pressing Shift to lock it to this position on the x-axis, and then or y-axis rather. And then you can just do that again, copy and paste that, R, and put awesome or whatever your text is, and do the same thing. So I hope those quick tips helped you, Chin, and to anybody watching this video. And I hope you're enjoying learning about After Effects. So until next time, have a great day.